again. Okay, we're going to swap them around. That's step one. So dn on 0.8 n 1 minus n over 600 equals dt. Agreed? Then we integrate. We integrate. The right-hand side we have no problems with, so I'm not even going to think about that for a second. It's the left-hand side. What do we write the left-hand side as? Well, ignore the integral for a second and just think of it as this. 1 over 0.8 n bracket 1 minus n over 600. That can be written as a over 0.8 n plus b over 1 minus n over 600. So you literally split them up. Why do you do that, Andy? Because then, are you able to integrate this? Of course. What does it become? Log. What does this become? Also log. So that's the idea of splitting it. So hopefully you can remember that A's and B's and split. All right. Next, we are technically going to make the right-hand side, this bit here, a common denominator without me doing it, because that's just going to be extra lines. Right? We don't want to do that. So just mentally in your head, think about what the common denominator of this would be. All right, it would look like this. 1 for the left-hand side equals a bracket 1 minus n over 600 plus b, and then multiplied by 0.8 n. Just pause there. Do we agree with that cross multiplying that I've just done? And once you have common denominators, obviously your numerators must equal to each other. Good. Good. Okay, obviously the most easiest one is to get rid of b. So what would you let n equal to? Let n equal to 0. Let n equal to 0. This disappears. You get 1. Well, that becomes 0. You get actually a is equal to 1. Happy with that? Keep saying this is not going to be your standard question. Your standard question will be part A, just prove it. So they'll give it to you. But if it's more of a state rank, at least now you guys have an advantage as well. A is equal to 1. And then what would you let n equal to for the second one? 600. Very good. Easy stuff. N equals to, let n equal to 600. This is also disappearing. So, let's get it clear. Once you find one of them, you can technically let the other one be anything if you're ever stuck. So once you find A, and you think about this, right? If you've already found A is 1. If you let n equal to, let's say 1 now, can you see how the only letter you'll be missing is B? Yeah. So actually n can be anything. It's just smarter to have chosen n equals 600. But once you find 1, the other one you can technically let n equal. All right, n equals 600. 600 on 600 is gone. 1 minus 1, okay. 1 equals 0.8 times 600. What's that? 80% of 600 for 80? Yes? So 1 equals to B times 480. So B equals to 1 on 480. Okay. Still good? We did all of that just to be able to finally write this thing as 2 fractions so that we can integrate. So back to green. My integral is now 1 over 0.8 n plus b dn, wasn't it? And then equals to the integral of dt. Yeah, Emily, you cool with that? Would you agree that this is easier than perms and cons? Yeah, see, even though it's longer, more annoying, but because there's a system for it, it gets pretty repetitive once you practice it 2 or 3 times. Other topics, you can spend your whole life on it and it's still not good. So, next one. Okay, well, here we go. What's the integral of 1 over 0.8n? Well, that becomes 1 over 0.8 log n. 1 over 0.8 and then log of n. Plus 1 over 480 log 1 minus n over 600 times, divide by the derivative of the inside, right? Is it multiply or divide? Divide. Divide by the derivative of the inside. Let me think for a second. I'm getting myself confused. Log 2x is half log 2x. Yeah, there we go. So times by the reciprocal of the derivative of the inside. Right. What's the derivative of the inside? Negative 1 over 600. So it's going to be times by 1 over negative 1 over 600. Just to do that slowly. Are we okay with that bit? Sure? Okay, equals T plus C. All right, let's fix this whole thing up, yeah? So what do we have? 1 over 0.8 is 5 over 4. So that becomes 5 over 4 log n. Negative 1 over 600, and then flipping that, times it by 480, is negative 288,000. And then 1 no. Sorry. I multiplied. It should have been 600 divided by 480. Yeah, that should have been negative 5 over 4 log 1 minus n over 600 equals t plus c. I think we said when t is equal to 0, n equals to 2 people. So what do we get? We get 5 over 4 log 2 minus 5 over 4 log 2 over 600. 1 minus that is log 299 over 300 equals to C. Can you see how it's getting ugly, Andy? Do you see why I say you can just leave it as a constant, capital A? That's the logic. We don't actually care too much about the constant, as long as we know it's a constant. So I really don't want to write all that in. I just wanted to show you guys when I said that big box, you're going to just have a big constant. It's just silly. Do we get why it's silly? Good. So don't use C. Don't use 5 over 4 log 2 minus 5. Don't do that. It's just overkill for nothing. Instead, in this case, I can make it easy, actually. Only because they're both 5 on 4s. Again, if they weren't, I wouldn't do it. But I'll do it just for now. 5 over 4 log, and then it'll be literally 2 divided by 299 over 300. What's that? 2 divided by 299 over 300. 600 over 299. Okay, so we're going to get C equals 5 over 4 log 600 over 299. That isn't too bad to write. Okay, next lines. 5 over 4 log n minus 5 over 4 log 1 minus n over 600 equals t plus c. Okay, we're trying to solve for n. What are you going to do? I would multiply by 4 and then divide by 5. Yeah. And at the same time, I might divide my log. So it'll look like this. Log n over 1 minus n over 600 equals to 4t on 5. And then by the time you times this by 4 and divide by 5, the 5 over 4 is gone. So you're just going to have plus log 600 on 299. Still good? Yes? Then we're going to exponential everything. E to the 4t on 5 plus log and then 600 on 299. Again? Same as general. E slide. So next line, n on 1 5 dot e and your log, they will cancel out, and then you should get next line on 299 e 4t on 5. Again, we're trying to solve for n. Bring the n over, you'll expand it, you'll bring your n back to the left-hand side. All right. Annoying? 4 marks at the end of your exam in extension 1, but so it's worth it. All right. Multiply n equals 600 on 299 e 4t on 5 multiplied by this. This becomes 600 on 299 e 4t on 5 minus 600 on 299 e 4t on 5 n and then over 600. Well, these two will cross out. You'll bring this guy back over to the left hand side. 1 over 299 e 4t over 5 equals 600 over 299 e 4t over 5. Oh, whoops, did I say equals? What did I mean? What did I mean? I brought this over of plus n. That's better. Then what do you do at this stage? Factorize the n out. I know how you guys feel. E 4t on 5 equals 600 on 299 e 4t on 5. You're very close. Then divide. And then, yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Like, you can technically just leave them as capital A. That's what I was saying. You don't want to, but I did it just so you guys can see why you don't want to do it. Why it's better just to leave constants as capital A's. Doesn't matter. So divide everything by 600 on 299 e 4t on 5. Everything. So the answer finally is 1 over 299 on 600 e negative 4t over 5. And then this guy is plus, when you divide this by this, 2 plus 1 over 600. That's it. This gets